it's me again. Okay, today there is explanation here. Okay, I will play not screenshot video. I can't remember it. I recorded Temple of Era in my iPad, so I will broadcast it. This is what I got yesterday, so enjoy. Hi, it's me again. Oh my god. Let me. I'm playing the Tomb of Erots. Tomb of. I can't remember the name of the song. And yeah, how can I say? I stumbled upon across. I remember the name. A cutscene. Yes, I stumbled across upon a cutscene. So this is me recording, and I will play the recording. Wait, my mic is on or not? Yes, my mic is on. Okay, so I will upload it. I will try to upload it. If not, yeah, we can't. So continue. This necklace isn't only nice and special, but heavy too. So it should be solid gold. It's true, the whole necklace is made of pure gold with many precious stones. The body of the eagle is ruby and turquoise. For the rest, well, I cannot be sure. Gems, gold, well, I wonder if it is affordable to me after working moment by moment from the ancient Khamit time to the present. What am I thinking? When you got back to your senses, the curator has been identifying its age. Looks like in the 8th dynasty period, but I have no idea about more details. You can ask the experts in this field. You know the expert, don't you? Yeah, that's right. His name is Miat, an old friend of mine. He is also an expert in the history of ancient jewelry. He should be at the institute right now. Go over there with your stuff to ask him. Understood. We are heading over there. So I guess this. Okay, this. Yes, confirm. And this. Wait, I can upgrade this. Oh my god, I am so dumb. Okay, yeah. Ruby's Research Center. Eagle necklace? Let me have a see. Professor Miat, an old man of similar age to the curator, after listening to your explanation, he then puts on his glasses to study the necklace. Not a moment later, he seems to suddenly remember something, putting down the necklace in his hand. Having almost forgotten, I cannot start my research without that one. That one? Do you need any research equipment? No, not really. Hi, didn't the curator tell you? The curator did not say anything. He's really forgot it. I'll just say that straight. It's the camel milk tea. It's a specialty of Ruby's. Every time I drink a glass before doing my research, my back doesn't get sore, my legs don't hurt, and my mind becomes clear. Wow, what a milk tea. It is too fantastic. Young man, you will know it if you try it yourself. So, you want us to help you buy a cup? Exactly, a smart girl. That milk tea store is on the far west side of Ruby's. Just be quick about it. By the way, remember to use ice whole sugar with more pearls. It's a boba tea. Oh my god. Yeah, but then again, it is Chinese, and Chinese love boba tea. Hi, a cup of camel milk tea. Adds full sugar and extra pearls. Okay, just a moment. By the way, is this camel milk tea really made from camel milk? That's right, it's all our original Ruby's camel milk. You can't get anywhere else. Haven't you two had it before? I find that the flavors and spices you order are the most recommended way for camel milk tea. It seems that Professor Miyat knows quite a lot about milk tea. Really? Actually, we bring it for someone and this is the flavor that my friend specified. Oh, you two seem to be foreigners. Do you want to try it too? Shiraira, do you want to drink it? Yes. Cool, I'll have one too. Then I want the hot one with coconut so we can switch the drink and taste the different flavor. Okay, guys, your milk tea is ready. Thanks, I have a try. Well, it is quite special. Let's go and take this back to Professor Miyat. Ruby's Research Center. Yeah, that's the taste. It's great. Professor Miyat, drink the milk tea you have brought and can't help but praise it. Okay, I'll take a look at the necklace now. You guys wait for a while. After a while, Professor Miyat comes out of the research laboratory with the necklace and a report. It's a pure gold necklace studded with gemstones. I've written the composition in the report. It looks like to be the funeral objects of Nora, the young princess of the 8th dynasty. The more details you can bring it to the curator. Okay, thank you. We are going. Ruby's Museum. Haha, I knew it. Miyat, he has no problem with it. Looking at Miyat's report, the curator notes repeatedly. Lapis lazuli, rutile, blue crystal. This necklace uses many types of gemstones, which clearly indicate its importance. Professor Miyat has just mentioned that this is the burial objects of Princess Nora. Can you tell us something about this princess? Well, the iris crystal platinum here is a tribute to the royal family. Combined with the literature and information he provided, it is indeed the belonging of this princess. Nora was the most beloved youngest daughter of pharaohs at the time. Despite being a princess, he preferred weapons rather than dressing up. It was recorded that she wanted to go to the war field with her father and brother even at the age of 8. Pharaoh, of course, did not agree. The princess was particularly fond of eagles and was willing to soar in the sky with wings like an eagle. But unfortunately, she died of illness at the age of 12. Oh my god. As one of her most beloved objects during her life, the necklace was buried with her. Died earlier, what a regret, a princess with ambition. Yes, medical care in ancient times was poor and children died prematurely from time to time. Even the princess was not immune. Okay, I will keep this exhibit in my collection. Thanks a lot for this time. You are welcome. Feel free to contact me if you need anything. Hi again, another cutscene. Brushing away the dust in the front. Another cutscene. Curator, this looks like a ring with a pattern on it. Ah, it's a stamped ring, a fantastic thing. In ancient Khamit, pharaohs and officials often had to sign documents, and later, to save trouble, they simply had their names and images engraved on the rings. This one should be made of some crystal stone with a softer texture, making it easier to carve out patterns. To use it, only need to dip in the printing piece and press on the towel. It is equivalent to sign on the document, being handy and speedy. Indeed, it is really handy. But whose seal is this? Well, from the dress, it should be an ancient noble official, but the headdress and the adjacent decorations seemingly have some wear and tear. If we can see the complete pattern, we should be able to tell its owner more accurately. Is there something we need to do now? Well, I may have to trouble you to go to the Heritage Restoration Department of the Institute. Let them help with the restoration. Hand it over to me. Count. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, so Ruby's Research Center. Oh, the ring is made of turquoise and can be really repaired. But a bit of bummer, today we have a colleague to Mian on business. He happens to bring a tweezer with him, which is in need of this repair work. What the heck, you don't have tweezer? I have a tweezer. A couple of tweezers. Oh my god. Can you help get it back? Sure, it's not far to drive there. Take a drive, by the way. Then I will leave it to you. Here are his contact details. The researcher enters the colleague's number into your phone. Do not worry, we start the rest of the restoration right away. Alright, we are leaving now. Hey, we have called you previously to pick up the tweezers. Here it is, you can take it back. Be careful not to break it. Just now, everyone said that our tweezers were of good quality. Don't worry, we will take good care of it. Everyone, may I ask why you are here on business? I am here for a seminar on restoration. At the same time, I also wanted to know who had the best tools. So just like that, I brought my tweezers here. And based on what I'm saying, I wouldn't trade my tools for anyone else. Everyone was telling me if they had enough budget, they also wanted to order a few extra sets. So it appears to be a very precious treasure. Jesus. Oh my god, you justify it like that. Yeah. Well, hurry back for repair now. Goodbye. Bye. Ruby's Research Center. Here you go, we've got the tweezers. Thanks, that is a real favor. Please wait a little longer. 2 hours later, the researcher told us that the ring had been repaired. Done, we have replenished the missing parts. There are basically no changes but restoration of the original pattern. The headdress had a bull's horn accompanied by the golden bull motifs alongside, which symbolize wealth. It can be tentatively inferred that this man was a finance official in the 3rd dynasty. Ooh, the golden bull represents wealth. Well, should we custom make a solid gold bull impacts just in case it can attract fortune? Fact has already been rich enough. Don't you still want to recruit fortune? Of course, other than that, money is definitely more than enough. Our corporate culture is never stopped. Well, it sounds to be pretty reasonable. Well, I'm also going to be busy now. For more details, you guys can consult the curator. He knows all about it. Sure. Ruby's Museum. Not bad for a colleague from the Restoration Division. It is really speedy. Well, the likeness of characteristic and the golden bull suggests that this ring belongs to Vishnu, the finance minister in the 3rd dynasty. Finance minister must be a powerful figure. Yeah, an equivalent of today's national finance minister of Khamit. He reported directly to Pharaoh by the time. The state's revenue and expenditures and even royal expenses were all his responsibility. He did sign many documents. This ring would have helped him a lot at the time and could be considered a symbol of power. Signing the document till the hand cramps, I feel pretty familiar with it. Do you want to make a similar one? I have one of these things. There is an impact on it, and its engraving pattern is of our family crest. However, it is used only for signing very few important documents. Usually, hand signatures or electronic seals are frequently used. If Minister Vishnu had an electronic seal, I wonder if he would still prefer using this ring. Who knows, it is still a symbol of authority after all. After hearing Marius' word, the curator nods. Yeah, power is not something people can give up easily. This young man looks very young though. You have a clear mind. Thanks, if we are not needed for the time being, we'll go back first. Well, you guys can go home now. See you later. See you later, curator. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Look, curator, we have found a pattern jar that looks like a clay pot. Let me have a look. Looks like it is a clay jar. The pattern of the jar is the typical water ripple water ripple style of ancient Khamit. Water ripple. So is this a pot for water? Exactly. What a clever girl. With the arid climate in Khamit, water was vital to the ancestors here, so water storage was an important matter. The water ripples painted on it also serves as a prayer for abundant rain and no more water shortage. Well, I think roughly this jar would belong to the 5th dynasty of ancient Khamit, which means that it is over 1,000 years old. Over 1,000 years old, this jar is so well preserved that I don't expect it to have such a long history. Yes, it is indeed very rare, but there is something strange about it. Look, the body of the jar and the moth show signs of use. It does not like something that has been buried for more than 1,000 years. Instead, it seems like it has been used daily. Huh? Speaking of which, a nearby village was robbed by these grave robbers a while ago, right? Could it be one of their lost items? What? They didn't just rob gravers, but they robbed villages too? These robbers are too outrageous. You know, there are many artifacts in Khamit, and it is also not surprising for villagers to have a couple of pieces at home. Perhaps they realized this and found it profitable. Villagers, you mean they use this antique every day? It is possible. If this is the case, then it is better to ask the owner to come over for an explanation. Shara, could you please help to ask around the nearby village to see if anyone has lost this pot? Saying so, the curator takes out a Polaroid camera and carefully takes pictures of the pot from different angles. All done. You can take these photos to the village chief who lives in the house next to the oasis. Okay, leave it to me. Hello, are you the village chief? Yes, I am. What can I do for you guys? We are here on behalf of the museum curator. May I ask if anyone has lost a clay pot a while ago? Clay pot? Let me think about it. Oh, come to think of it, when the village was robbed before, Reese's family seems to have lost a similar jar. He should be feeding his camels in the east at this moment. You can go to us. Thank you. We'll head right there. think it's just a strange person. Yeah. Zanger. Finally. Wow, there are lots of camels here and they are all really big. Camels are docile but may get nervous when they see a stranger. Let me do the questioning. You can just stand back. Just stand beside me. Excuse me, are you Reza? The one and only, and you are... Please have a look at this. Does the pot in this photo look like the one you lost? What? Isn't the clay pot that was dropped Isn't this the clay pot that was dropped from my house last time? Where did you get it? It was found in the underground ruins. The curator knows that it is a place where grave robbers hoard their stolen goods. So he wanted us to come over to find the owner. If it's really yours, then please take a trip with us to the museum to meet the curator. Museum? That's fine by me, but I've not finished feeding these camels yet. Why don't you guys? Do you need our help feeding them? Huh? Of course not. Why should I let you feed my own camels? I mean, you guys can go first. I'll just go to the museum later by myself. Alright. Yikes, I especially thought that maybe he wanted us to do something again. Ruby's Museum. You're back. We were just talking. Looking next to the curator, his white riser is standing next to the village head, seemingly having been caught in the middle of conversation. Huh, Razor, you're here already? Why are you so surprised? I've lived here for so many years. I definitely know how to take a shortcut. Razor glanced at us with an questionable expression that seems to see what's all the fuss about. He then turned back to the curator. So, like I said, my family has been passing it down for generations. We only use it for drinking water, but none of us knew that it was an antique. The robbers really do know their treasure. Can't believe they took even that. He looked at the clay pot again through the protective glass. I guess this treasure can be taken as a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise? Yes, as soon as Riser arrived, he volunteered to donate these to our museum. It's nothing but a water jug to me, and I've already bought a new one after I lost it. As for an antique, it should stay in the museum. Mr. Razor is a very nice person. Haha, the little girl has a good eye. Many people have also said the same. The atmosphere feels a little odd. Luckily, Mr. Razor breaks the silence first. Okay, just kidding. Well, Razor and I have to take care of some matters regarding the donation, so we'll excuse ourselves first. See you later, curator. Curator, what is this clay panel for? There seems to be some patterns on it. Oh, it's the palette of ancient Khamit. It is used to grind ore pigments, similar to the inkstone in your place. Do you also know the inkstone? I don't know much about it, just as a fan. However, this palette is not only used for painting, but more for body painting. I've heard that the ancient Khamit were really keen on makeup. Yeah, makeup for them is not only an enthusiasm for beauty, but also closely related to mythological worship. Their painted motifs were often associated with the gods as a way to pray for their blessing. In religious rituals, there would have been more complex patterns. I don't know color palette also has such a function. The curator gently strokes the pattern on the palette. The pattern on it is that a hippopotamus, a worshipped deity in the Rubis region in the 5th dynasty. Because hippopotamus will always choose a place with plentiful water and flourishing grasses, people believe that hippopotamus can bring prosperity to their country. A palette is an object that people use frequently on a daily basis, and the pattern on it is all of this kind of symbolic goodness. But he once again inspects closely at the palette, pointing to a faint blue trace. Indeed, there are still traces of paint residue left here from the past. To determine the exact time of those, it is necessary to have a specialist identify the traces. Should we go to the Archaeological Institute next door? Well, a pharaoh's tomb has just been located in Rubis. The institute should not be available today. I'm afraid you will have to make a trip to Mian. Go over there and find Professor Nafi, an expert in ancient pigments. Have her help to take a look at it. Okay, leave it to me. Mian Research Institute. It is not a problem to test the pigments, but we may also need a little favor from you. In Professor Nafi's research room, after Marius and you explain the purpose of the visit, she replies with a smile. Sure, we will do as much as we can. What a cool youngsters! It's actually quite simple. My assistant took the day off, but I was in a hurry to use the pigment. Can I please ask you to help me grind it? Hearing Professor Nafi's request, Marius raised the corners of his mouth with a smile. No problem, I'm good at this. Professor, just feel free to do your test. We can handle it. Thanks a lot. The pigments are in the next room. I've already put up the labels. Wow. Okay, let's go take a look. Is this the one that needs to grind? In the pigment lab, among piles of many colorful paints, Marius quickly locates the one required by the professor. He uses a tool to hold a little blue powder, adding some water and picking up a pestle-like tool next to him to start grinding. You know these tools very well. Of course, I am a professional. For people like us who paint every day, grinding paints is a necessary skill. Shiraira, the professor still needs some red paint. Do you want to have a try? I can teach you by hand. Okay. That sounds good. In the following time, Hugh and Marius finally finish grinding the paints required by the professor. Just as you are about to go out to tell her, Professor Nafi pushes the door open and comes in ahead of time. The identification results have come out. You two, how is the painting? How is the paint? Have done that. Professor Nafi looks carefully at the pigments ground by Marius and reveals a satisfied expression. Let's see. Well, it's very professional. Well done, you two. Here are the results of the pigment identification. Please bring them to the curator. No problem. That's really nice of you. Rubis Museum. Oh, the composition of the pigment is turquoise sand. It was produced in the Rubis region back then. This trace on the palette was left more than 6,800 years ago. To put it in another way, this clay palette is confirmed to be from the ancient dynasty. The curator reads Professor Nafi's identification report and nods his head repeatedly. I have just confirmed that the pharaoh Herakon's tomb nearby has been raided. This is what was lost there. Herakon? A pharaoh of the ancient dynasty, we think it is likely a burial object for his consort. But it occurred too long time ago, so it is impossible to verify it accurately. It is indeed a long period of time, 6,800 years. Yes, Shiraira, I suddenly sparked a desire to have a painting exhibition on the theme of Khamit. I can also work together with Pax Beauty to launch a series of products and jewelry themed ancient Khamit. What do you think about it? Very creative. Have a try. I'm relieved with your support. After getting back, I will prepare the information and make a proposal for them. Then, curator, we will leave you to it now. See you later. Okay, so long to both of you. Bye. Curator, we have just found a small pyramid. Oh, it's really and heavy. What's really? The curator takes the pyramid from your hand. It is slightly larger than the palm of the hand and looks very exquisite. This style and fashion do look like the stuff of that era. Well, there are words on it. Sitar loves Papa. Is this really the thing from General Nutta's tomb? But he doesn't seem to have a child by the name of Sitar. General Nutter? More than 200 years ago, there was a time of warlord warfare in Khamit. General Nutter was one of the warlords of Rubis at that time. It was a very fashionable decoration at that time to carve their favorite patterns on the pyramid to show their personality. This fashion has been preserved until today, so there are many similar things in the souvenir merchandise. I see. A few months ago, General Nutter's tomb in the desert oasis was raided. The tomb raiders have been captured. Other items have been recovered according to the burial list, but only this pyramid sculpture is unknown. If it was true, that probably indicates a connection between those tomb raiders and the gangs who hides the artifacts here. Connection. These people are really rampant. Yeah, I don't know much about General Nutter. Can you guys make a trip to the desert oasis and confirm with the staff undertaking salvaging excavation there? Hand it over to us. And us is excavation scene. Sorry, but this is for sure not General Nutter's belongings. The general had no children by that name, and the staff takes out his phone to open a picture. Let's make comparison to what we have found here. The pyramid in General Nutter's tomb was inscribed with his name, and the measurements are also larger than this one. It's really not the same. Looking at the pyramids in your hands and comparing them with the staff's photo, you have to admit the fact. They are totally two different pyramids in fact. However, it was indeed found in the general's tomb, even though it was not General Nutter's belongings. Looking at you in a slightly lost look, the staff member opens another document. Huh? What you mean is, we found a skeleton in the tomb. Our preliminary judgment is a tomb raider of 200 years ago. The cause of his death was to trigger the organs in the grave chamber. A note in his backpack revealed that the small pyramid was an amulet that his children gave to him. In the last moment of his life, he very likely took this pyramid out and kept it with him. And when the grave robbers came a few months ago, they mistook the amulet for a relic of the general and plundered it away in passing. But how can you be sure that this is his pyramid? Look, this is the original text on the notes. It stated the pattern of the pyramid, which is exactly the same as the one you have in your hands. Perez looks close to the staff's photo and reads out the sentence by the online translation function on his phone. For Papa seems to be doing dangerous things all the time, but doesn't want to tell Sitar, so Sitar gives Papa this little pyramid. I hope it can protect Papa. Sitar specially engraved Sitar's love that in this blessing Papa safe forever. Sitar loves Daddy. The curator did see so. Sitar must be very sad. Yeah, it's indeed a sad story. We have just found it out, so haven't had the chance to sing it to this ruby side yet. I have to trouble you too to tell the curator. Maris gazes deeply at the little pyramid and taps you on the shoulder. Anyway, let's head back first. Okay. Ruby's Museum. Really? So that's what happened? The curator also sighed deeply as he listened to your story. Because of the special climate in the desert area, There are a considerable number of tombs that have been well preserved ever since. Therefore, through ancient times right up to the present, tomb raiding has existed consecutively despite repeated prohibitions. Particularly in times of war, many people wanted to get rich quickly by tomb raiding, and Sitar's father was probably one of them. But it was his own selection leading to Sitar's tragedy. Yeah, if he did not manage to raid the general's tomb, perhaps Sitar will not lose his father earlier. Although it's not natural relics, it's still an antique for more than 200 years, and I'll keep it in the museum. It is also a collection with special significance to remind everyone of the dangers of grave robbing. Well, anyway, the gentleman loves wealth. There is a way to take it. I have never allowed myself engage in these crooked ways, but to make money in a righteous manner. Yeah, anyway, I've got some preparations to do, so you guys can just wander around. Having said that, the curator walks out of the exhibition hall, leaving Marius and you there. Are you still thinking about Sitar? A little. How about we go to the night fair in Ruby's for something delicious? They're famous for their special barbecue. Go and take a taste. You may be in a better mood. Marius looks at you sincerely. You understand he really wants to make you happy. So you nod with a smile. Awesome, we shall go and have a look. Alright, off we go. Okay, I think that's all. Alright, so for next day onwards I will record those cutscene and upload